What do you think about this?
Well, I don't know what to think. I think, it's obviously there's a Windrush Caribbean background to this theme to this.
Yes.
It's talking about nationality and you're talking about health and psychology. All right, I'm interested in the nationality.
Yes.
and the realms, Commonwealth.
Islamic is to believe nobody come to it. Islamic is to believe nobody come to it.
Good. Oh, good.
Okay, so there's a lot there. Hope to skip through some of it.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the Windrush Generation. I've got an idea who they are. I know where the Caribbean is. Vaguely.
Okay.
Yeah. But, so, for example, I'm not clear about that.
What's the difference between?
I'm not clear about this.
All right.
And then I'm not clear about, some of the things to do with the crown.
All right. So what's the difference between British nationals and British citizens?
Well, I think there is a difference. I think they're two technical terms for citizenship or some passports will be British citizens and some British national. I don't know.
Let me show. So British nationals are blood by blood.
Are they?
And the bloods are based on settlements. Like there's settlements. That's why, like you have Wiltshire, you have the different shires, So like Wiltshire, Gloucestershire, these are settlements. They're called charters, Settlements are charters. Yeah, so British nationals, those are by blood, and those bloods are registered in the settlement, land and British citizens are those that are associated through probably associations, going to war, fighting and being a part of legions. That's why they get citizens. Like inhabitants. Inhabitants are nationals, meaning those that are by blood. Inhabitants and citizens are those that again are associated.
Okay, so for example, I understand. I really don't know. I genuinely want to understand. The immigrant that comes into the country, let's say, been here 10 years, goes through processes, they're going to become citizens of that. So I was born in the country, my family was born here, etc., through their ages, through the years, through generations. But my passport, what does it say? British citizen? I mean, this British national thing, is it a legal term, or is it something that you're saying is...
It's the bloodline, the people that come in.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. Is it a legal definition of difference?
Yeah, it's not in when you read the definition,
it's about British national.
It's race of people.
So the immigrant population are not British nationals.
No, they're not.
Will they ever become?
No.
And who thinks about who actually in their heads? Why is it relevant?
Because there are settlements. The settlements are based on those that have settled in, by blood. So these are people that establish the kingdom. So when you get to this point, all of the people that were here before, so they are classed as nationals. That's why you have different houses, like the House of Wessex, the House of... These are people that are here by blood, has been here. And this is a settlement that you find in the country. And that's why those that come to...
Is this a problem? Is it a good thing or a bad thing or a problem? Or is it something... What do you want us to understand about it?
It is because, again, just like natural thing, when you nationals are a priority.
I intend to come to you back.
But it should.
It should be.
Oh, inshallah.
Okay.
Get him
I mean,
yeah.
that's not.
Because
A lot of people would agree.
But that's why the country is established.
Like, democracy is like, doesn't work. Everyone gets treated equally. That's
No.
principle of law, right?
No, that's why because if it's your house and it's your house and your family now, and you invited someone, they're invited, but it's your house, so naturally you have privilege. That's why people have rights. Discrimination? No, because it's just you. I can't. If I got my son. No. I got my son. It cannot be a discrimination with that being my blood. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense. How could I be that's my blood. How could I?
You're not discriminating against your son, but you're discriminating for the...
No.
Yes, it's not quite, it's not part, it's against...
It's not a long example. It's so basic. Look, if I have my son and you come in my house, how can I be discriminated? That doesn't make that. That's not even a long example. That's my house, yeah. It does because there are settlements. That's the whole point. Who gave you the land? No. It's look. It's just like like something's called presidency. Like whoever came, like someone at first. It's so.
They only kill their own people.
But that's not discrimination. You can't. Number one, don't discriminate. Number two, it's just natural order.
The Saudi army, Emirati, and most of them Pakistani. Most of them are
That's going too extreme now. That's not making sense based on humanity. We're talking about humans. No. Just like
Jeff destroying many and they destroy that and become shaheed.
Fair enough. Gone to destroy.
Head of the sucking, licking.
No, we're talking about the plant.
Train for nothing.
We're talking about something
For nothing. And you die.
Based on what? Based on what? Why are they building this country? And no, I'm saying
Taxes.
no, I'm saying so. You said people are building this country, yeah? Yes. So why are they building it? Because obviously there's a reason for them building the country, yeah? So we have to establish that. Like why they building it? Why they coming here and building the country? I'm asking you a question. What's that?
Brings foreign workers to this country. They are
Awesome. They let them come.
Let me ask you a question. So when you say British Empire, we're talking about one island? What are we talking about when you say British Empire? That's what I'm trying to say. Remember, we're on an island, yeah? So when you talk about British Empire, we're talking about...
You see, Kohinoor.
No, wait.
My birthday.
Exactly. We're getting it.
Why is it yours? Why can't it be mine? Why is it yours? Because you're
using the same psychology. The same psychology. So.
Mining, I said.
But now it's
mining. Oh, I thought you said mine.
You're mining your birthplace, though.
There was only one government to
Mine, yeah.
I'm very busy.
No worries. No, you get.
You're still in
Why
here.
you don't find 2 minutes
I'm born. Exactly.
And he said,
You're still Indian. This isn't India. Anyway, I'm digressing. I'll come to this.
No, I know. Yeah, no, yeah. Turn a left. No, but same thing, yeah? So, the fact is that in 1600, there weren't something called race. There weren't no race. Race didn't exist.
Okay. Let's go. In 1600, there were black people.
I mean race, though. When you say
Race is a construct, intellectual construct. Just like labels.
say clearly.
no, there was a better label because there was no race. There was a better label. Just like your surname. Because I could have the same surname, that means the name is blood. And not race. So like I'm Webb. They say Webb son. Webb son. Yeah, son of Webb. That's a better label.
Johnson.
Yeah, son of John. Yeah, that's a better label. Than race. Because they could Johnson could also be black and Johnson could also be white. You understand what I'm trying to say?
No. I understand what you're saying. I'm not sure where you're going with
Because it's blood. Race is something that people look at on their face to try to identify someone. So if you don't know your blood, if you look at me, you wouldn't be able to identify if I'm related to you or not. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. You get it? Alright, we get it. We get it somewhere. Yeah, so that's
today's day and age.
Feed 10 people. Feed 10 people.
I've always struggled.
I had a ticket. I want to book the ticket. 85,000.
How do we relate? Why we always doing the same, always
Take the bus, 14 pounds.
pretend that's not
I
there.
said my sister, feed 10 people.
There's
When I take the bus, 12 pounds. I feed 10 people. And I said 35 pounds.
But in terms of these labels, race,
The bus is an hour. My back getting
other words that are used, it's like none of them
bus.
quite grasp and say,
exactly.
that's it, that's describing well the situation.
That's why before race and ethnicity there was bloodline. And your bloodline grasps the whole kind of your bloodline. A line is a core.
And are you saying that historically that was really largely how the world understood itself?
Because we understood against chemistry, science, and all the things. We know that again in our family there could be deficiencies. Some could be very pale, white, and some could be very dark.
Well, we know how blood works.
That's what I'm trying to say.
When you're
That's what I'm trying to say.
white man blood,
I was on the bus.
in relations, then the colour changes.
No, but look, I'm trying to say. No, look. I'm trying to say, look. You could get albino, so white people. No. If they don't have, if the culture makes them not real. But it's not the culture. The culture is the thing where it's so
Their blood is in that line. Spirit. Even though the
exactly. So majority of people that come from England, it's the same thing. They are. The majority of people, majority of people in England, are the same thing. Yeah, they look.
you mean they're from the same blood line?
Same bloodline. Same bloodline. Because look,
I quite like
no, hear what I'm saying?
I get it. Let's disagree.
We're gonna understand.
I quite like the it's a psychological thing.
Yeah, of course.
It's like today and age, we're talking about identity, place, and belonging. There's a lot of, you know,
Yes, yeah.
and it's like getting well, getting to grips with it is not easy.
I know it's not easy because
Make it harmonious.
I know, but that's why again, yeah. When they realize that when you break up the people's psychology, you can control them and you can control their finance. Because again, if they knew about that there was a bigger family, it would have been more difficult to control. That's why England was called the Commonwealth. That's why you have the Commonwealth realm.
Right. So I get what you're saying. I understand that. The man made the point about it being discrimination, and there's an argument. There's something.
No, there's priority. There is priority. Priority is not discrimination. Wait, no, but there are real structures of this. That's why children are priority over adults.
I do agree. It's like when people say, bang on about this is England.
Yeah.
Because they feel this is England.
There's a priority, yeah. Something, it's an actual land.
Patriotic.
But it's a priority. It's the actual land. But it's not that.
But the problem with that, then it creates a response, right? Thinking that means the immigrant.
We're having a good conversation. I know.
The immigrant population, let's call it, feels that means that they are less. They're excluded. They're not included. They're not equal. They're kind of second-class citizens.
That's why that's what.
At the same time,
it's true though. That's why that is true.
Some demographics don't feel this is the. They genuinely don't. Wherever they come from, they just don't have that sense about the country.
Because it's the education. Remember, psychology is based on the know.
When I was growing
I really don't want to distract. I want to know what you're saying.
when I was growing up here, I was so what I'm trying to say is that's also something.
All the black people in America,
They're saying psychology is
No, but that's changed anyway.
Well, no.
Read.
his name is David Wood.
Yo, big up one way, love you.
Islam gives you free the whole humanity.
Why it happens now is a real issue.
Breaking through the barriers, one way. Breaking the barriers. Let them know. Give them a real idea.
But even then, in the city, people were always putting up with other races. It's just as much that now.
To this idea of belonging and ownership. Belonging becomes ownership. It's like our place. It's like our place and not your place.
No, but look, it's just like people invading your mind, your body, and that's your family. That's a priority. You have a priority to protect yourself and your family. And if you don't develop, people can take control of that. That's why you have people, elder people that have dementia, and other people are controlling their finance, and they're being taken. So that is real. So that is a breakdown of psychological structure that requires social development. In your family, and that's a priority that you have to have because you can could be taken advantage of if you don't develop it. Just like what's going on.
I'm in tune with the idea that we're being taken advantage of and that we're being manipulated and we're being,
but we don't understand that
we're suffering psyops all the time
because
it's about controlling and
no, it's big time. No, it's big time because why? Yeah. They know.
So far, right, what you said so far, not surprised. I'd expect to hear it from white nationalists
but they don't.
Tommy Robinson's sort of gang. That's the argument.
No, they're as far as again the imagery. They don't know the history because if they did, they would be like, okay. When 1948, when we came here, there would have been no hostility if they knew. there wouldn't be no racism like what you mentioned if they do their history. They only holding up an ideology that was programmed into them. Understand? Because if they knew their history, they wouldn't be able to see face. Because remember, it was based on ideology of Nazi Germany to be face fascism, to be racist.
Stop there a minute, because even though you sometimes you know your history, sometimes you ignore that history anyway, and sometimes your kind of reptilian savagery, character, mentality, personality takes over anyway. Some people say, if you look at animals, yeah, what is a cat doing to a mouse if it sees it all the time? Sometimes it says, right, kills it, plays with it, right. So sometimes, unfortunately, that can be the same with people in different places. Sometimes, you might be a white man, and in your 70s, and then you see a black guy going rob your cousins, and you think, oh, well, it's too bad, but I'll let him off because, you know, anyone can do that. Then a couple of weeks later, you look again, and this time that black guy, I'm going to use your family as the butt, takes a person's daughter and rapes him, and the mother, then you think, hold on, that's bad. Because that's how human minds work. When they get tested too much, not only stereotyping, no, it's something more in the psychology. When they get tested too much, they break and then they start becoming discriminative against that thing, and then discrimination is a cousin of racism. So sometimes this is human beings. It's like when blacks came over here a lot in the 60s,
the Windrush Generation.
There's tribalism as well. So black people, black Jamaicans going in the pub, tapping on the bar, give a drink, because that's what they were used to doing in Jamaica. And then the white people started saying, no, how can you just come in our pub and do this disrespecting? It's the same with church. Well, let me finish this bit. When blacks used to go to church in the 60s when they came over here, the priests used to shake their hand and say, thank you for coming, but don't come next week. Right? That's why blacks formed their own church in the 60s, because they weren't welcome in the church.
But the underlying thing is based on education. Because if they were informed that, again, these were there.
No, you're wrong there. Educated, you can be educated. I'll tell you why. Right, you can be educated, but your ignorance overrides and your ego overrides your education and still says, I hate them anyway.
That doesn't mean educated enough. That doesn't mean education enough. That means not educated enough.
Education.
Yeah, but sometimes the ego is stronger than your education. That's savage. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
You get some very clever fans.
That's what I'm saying.
That means that the people that are not clever, they're clever fans. That's what I'm saying. The people that are not clever, they would be clever. But the people that aren't clever, that's why they always find out.
But we live in a world where it's more minority that kills the ego than the majority. A lot of these people in the world, the majority you can come across. Why do you think friends are fickle? It's hard to call someone your friend. It's like call them associate. It's not people. Sometimes they're bad-minded, jealous, envious, make competition against each other, crabs in the barrel. If you look at human beings, every single ingredient in the world is here to make us dislike and hate one another. And that happens even with families. Your own family disowns you to think you're petty, right? Because again, even though they're educated and they know, their emotions and their ego and everything else overcomes it. And a lot of us got that in us, but what I'm saying, the ego doesn't like to admit to things, because the ego is like the evil. It's like Dr. Evil. You've got Eminem, who had someone called Slim Shady, right? Who's his ego. He killed it off, Houdini, yeah. Right? So what I'm trying, that Eminem's one of my favourite rappers ever. What I'm trying to say to you is,
I'm 60.
What I'm trying to say is, the ego overrides people's education all the time. It's ignorance.
I think that's a fair point.
Alright, me, I don't class ego as something negative. I don't class it as, there is negative within the ego, just like with negative everything. But
Ego's a part of our makeup, like humanity.
but majority of people look at ego with a negative point of view.
Because
That's what I'm trying to
because
say.
they link it to selfishness,
No,
self-centeredness,
but the reason.
and those things to injustice. Anyway, before we go back to how this applies to the Windrush generation, okay, what's your point? What's the point you're making?
Like I say, based on our health and safety improvement, yeah, based on our health and safety. This is based on history. So if we don't understand our history, then our health and safety won't be good. Yeah.
So this is a health and safety matter that you're raising.
As well.
Okay, so where is the health and safety? What is the situation of the health and safety? Presumably a problem is
yeah. So there's over 55 people have died based on administration. Yeah.
The NHS. So because of their colour.
Based on those that are administrating.
When you say 50 people, over 50 people have died,
yeah.
And these thousands and thousands of people have died in the hospital.
Yeah, based on administration alone, not administrating. Based on administration.
Okay, just genuine. That's those 50 from all sorts of people.
No, from the Windrush Generation. Okay, from the Windrush Generation, over 55 people have died. Over, yeah, just based on administration. Them trying to prove to themselves, to the people that they are already British already.
Right.
It's so
Right. Now, we need to check in with you, right? To prove that they're British. So what saying that they weren't treated properly because the administration said that you're not qualified to give you support and help and treatment because you're foreign. You haven't paid your taxes, whatever it is. So not everyone can come into the country and get
based on so based on the administration, they're saying that they're not British. So they're taking away their rights and privileges. Yeah. Based on the administration.
So are you telling me that the Windrush Generation or their passport is supposed to be different from mine?
No, it's not. The Windrush Generation, because remember, everyone had all the same passport. Remember, in 1948, it was all one British passport. There was all one. It just was one passport.
So I'm just trying to see how the administration actually sees them as people.
It's because of the changes to the laws, independence. Again, type of government that's involved, so the administration is going to be different. So they're more administrating foreign policy than home policy. And when you administrate foreign policy and you're only there to administrate foreign policy, you're going to get, again, it's wrong.
Well, look, I'm not quite sure that I understand the reality. I understand the point. I do believe that, different groups of people. I mean, I hate that expression. I feel very, all my whole life, I've never felt easy with that expression because it's part of the kind of basis.
Is it the same like you got it your mother or no?
I don't like it anyway, so well, I understand, there's some groups of people suffer their own sort of discrimination or whatever through the system, through the NH system, which we like to think is benign and not partisan and it's there for everybody. But it's just, for whatever reason, whether it's the psychology of the nurses and the people who administer the system, somehow in their minds it filters through to mistreatment, lack of consideration, lack of whatever. But no question.
We're
developing. I cannot doubt that.
We're developing it. Go on.
This is where it hinges on
psychology.
This terminology is nationals and citizens. The technical. I get the principle. I'm truly interested.
So imagine this. So imagine this. So imagine this. Your grandfather settlement for you, saying that anywhere you go throughout the world, you will always come back. That settlement provides that security for you being a national. Anything changes like a citizenship or not. That settlement secure your rights. Yeah? So that's what national is, where established or inhabited. But this is more developed, where they document it and say, okay, wherever you go and you come back, this is the price.
Where would it be documented then?
Just like
where would it be? Where would we find it being either a person being documented like this or like this? What forms? What council? Whereabouts?
It used to be in Somerset House, but now it's out of the country. They've got buildings there with books of people's dates of birth and their states.
you can find it in Westminster Abbey.
But that's all ancient history. How does that apply to the running of the NHS? They're not going to reference that. Your name is just your name. There's your name.
Alright, so that's why you have to understand the structure of society. Yeah? So for instance, the churches, remember, these are houses. Yeah, the churches, they're the one that build the hospital. They're the one that fund the hospitals, and they fund it through, again, all of the original finance. Yeah.
And we now it's funded by the government. By the taxpayer through the government.
Remember, all money belongs to the king.
And you know what happens?
That's why you have HMR revenue. What's that mean? Emergency revenue.
Even if it does or it doesn't, the NHS is still funded through the government channels, His Majesty's government.
But the same government is working for His Majesty's government.
At the end of the day, but the King's not saying don't treat these people as well as these people.
People want to see that.
No, because remember, the king cannot, the king has 5 years. Doesn't matter if he goes across the world, messages do come and he does get reports, and that's why he has advisors. But I know it's hard to.
So are you campaigning for some sort of change? That's what I've always said to him as well. When this thing, he's thinking sometimes he has tried to set up so people get a clear understanding of what the actual purpose and aim and results.
That's what fair, but objectives. But it's like okay to promote nationality, the correct British. So what are the correct? So what are the correct British nationality laws regarding the Windrush Generation? I mean, the laws and the history.
Exactly.
They also could be looked at separately.
I know that from a psychological standpoint, this is difficult because our brain are not programmed. But even if it's clear, your brain is not programmed for that, because that's why we're in the situation what we're in now. Because people want to take control of the finance. So if they want to take control of the finance, they're going to they're going to use the resource as much as it's to what to turn you away from what is relevant to your life. But if you get control of you,
like your mother, like
they could use you for your resources. So you haven't worked.
So am I to understand, what do I need to understand about the nationality laws in the Windrush Generation at the moment?
Now give you this. What
What's the situation at the
if
moment?
the woman, this woman, like your mother, and the woman get
I
raped.
admire you for trying to find out.
I just want to first.
Difficult questions to ask sometimes.
Well, look, I'll say something as well. Big up everybody, like and subscribe. Let me say this.
Yes, what I'm doing.
You see, everything in life has got so much complexity to it. You know, we all know this. So even when we're coming here and talking about this, it's difficult for people to comprehend what the real gripe is, what the real reason behind it, what the real purpose is, the real aims, conclusions, results, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and then even when you explain to people, what happens is people understand things in different ways in their own time, and you can explain something to somebody, it's still going to seem different to another. And then on top of that, you deal with history. History, yes, some people keep saying that. And what it is, because that's been corrupted along the way, even when this man who studied and can tell you about history, he himself is going to kind of buck up on certain writings that weren't accurate to the point. So he could tell you something and you say to him, oh, that's nonsense, because I read here and it said this, and this is a result of people along the way who have intentionally come with an agenda to confuse. You know they say too many cooks in the kitchen boiling broth? Too many people have had a hand in it, and too many people who are corrupt and basically not even qualified to be dealing with this have dealt with it. Hence today we have people communicating this to people. You see?
It's so true. So
I'm the oldest person here, I know.
Like and subscribe. You're not the oldest.
I am. I know you can take me 60. He ain't 60.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
42.
People who know me know. Yeah, so. I mean, this line here, just talk to me about that. That might help me get into the heart of it.
I left my family, I stayed there 6 years.
The fact that the correct British nationality laws
I went to Kosovo.
allow the Windrush Generation to travel freely without hindrance. The correct British nationality laws.
They would.
They allow, yeah.
They are.
People sitting in
They allow.
That's not
No, because the administrators are foreign administrators, not home administrators. So foreign meaning not home, somewhere else. They don't care about what's going on there. Their profit is not to administrate here. Foreign, that's why since King George V, it's been foreign administration. That's why the country is going to decline.
If your brother, is your
Foreign administration.
and he gets raped,
Who are these people? Where are these people?
Parliament.
you have to defend him.
Because Parliament,
Without
And they're foreign administrators because they're thinking about what, overseas interests?
Mata means he's a
because
big
they're
chunk of
influenced by
if you are strong,
a foreign king.
and you're gonna be
Foreign king.
taking people,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
because
gonna
obviously
take them. I'm wrong.
that's the influence. Because it says it in the British Nationality Act
Right, okay.
that it was suppressed by King George V. It tells you that the British Nationality Act was suppressed. So if that is suppressed, yeah, and to suppress it means again someone's gonna lose out, and who's losing out because he's not. He is foreign himself, so he's not going to lose out. He's the one that's running the country, so he's going to benefit him. So who's going to lose out is the ones that, again, that are not foreign, that are home, because he has already suppressed it for his own purpose. So that's where the whole from there, that house is still ruling because we still have King Charles. Yeah. So that that order is still being continued. That's why, again, even English people in the middle of England, white people that say they're white, are facing the problem of foreign administration. No housing, social care, where again, when it was home ruling, they had free healthcare, free housing, all of these things. Anyone that is awake or suffering knows the problem, because that's why they're speaking it out. But people that are just getting by, they don't care about a change because it doesn't affect them. Because
so what you're saying to me, what I understand you're saying to me, is that the Windrush Generation basically suffering an injustice or being unfairly treated. For example, not being able to come and go without level headings because of the administration's foreign policy, right, being affected by history of Germanic, but that's, you know, that's separately. But what we're saying is that genuine generation are now in a situation that's how it is on the ground now. Yeah? Okay? And I'm not going to disagree or argue because I don't. I mean, although I must say,
it can be difficult, but it's happening now.
I've seen stories in the news, I'm not too enamoured with the news, but I've seen stories of the Windrush Generation in situations where cases where people have been kicked out after 40 years or what have you, and there's all sorts of issues that are cropping up. Recently been
there's one thing I didn't help you with. That's why there's something called the Windrush Compensation Scheme.
Right.
2020.
Okay.
So they already admitted that they're wrong, but they don't know how much they're wrong because they don't know about the Windrush Generation in the history. That's what they're saying. Right. There's a
what wrong are they admitting?
They done them wrong.
Yeah, but what wrong?
Kicking them out.
Every wrong that they could think of. Like, remember, the only way they're gonna know more about their wrong is by us telling them who we are.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's like, if they don't know that, if they don't know our history, only we can let them know the history. So they say, okay, look, you know, this is where we're from, and this is our settlement. But no one, like I say, is allowing that to be developed. So it's still being suppressed. Even though there's a compensation scheme, they're in allowing for the compensation to be developed.
What I would say,
let me
even in a compensation, just think about that.
From that point.
It's powerful, yeah. We're sharing the life.
So, okay, so that's the situation. What would be the correct laws?
Yeah, so
how things change. They've admitted the liability.
Yeah, so it's actually the old laws, the old actual laws that allow them. Remember, there's a new laws. So the laws of England for one, the Magna Carta for one. The laws of England. Oh, you might not know. Okay.
No, I heard of the Magna Carta, but I'm just thinking, how do I put that into the story? Do you know what I'm saying?
Because
that's why it's so.
No. You do put it because that's why.
No,
but that's why if we don't uphold, if we don't keep an account of things can happen again.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that's why King Charles got his head cut off because he was doing the same government as King Charles I. He was allowing foreigners to see the actual settlement of England. It's the people's rights. That's why the Magna Carta is there for the people's rights. So when government and king get out of place, it can be reinforced by the actual people. But due to the fact of, like I say, removing one group, removing another group, the country becomes weaker. The stronger men went to war, they die out, now leaving children, adults, and children, women, and elderly. Programming remember, they're the future, so their brain now get programmed, you know, they forget about everything that has been laid down for them so that the time comes where they find themselves in difficulties, they could always get inspiration through what's left.
So what I've taken from what you said is that kings over time, continuously, have superseded the rights, if you like, the position of British nationals, allowed British citizens to kind of overlay the rights laws. And so that would seem to me to suggest giving them more rights than they're entitled to overseas immigrants.
That's what I'm saying priority. That's where priority comes in now, because the law provides priority.
So in order to, where's this going with the correct laws?
Because
and then I presume you mean to say, I'm going to assume, am I right in assuming you want the Windrush generation to be given rights, to be given more rights, more justice?
No, they have it's the acknowledgement of the right. Because remember, if someone acknowledges that they're already wrong and they have created a compensation.
So what right needs to be acknowledged regarding the Windrush generation?
It's a lot, man. It's housing rights, even community rights,
Human rights.
everything that's in human rights. So it's a human, that's as simple as you get human rights. Everything that's
So on one hand, you're saying to me that I might have to forgive me. I've genuinely trying to I'm trying to understand how society is, where we're going and what state we're in. Because I feel that there's a lot of health and safety issues.
serious. There is a lot of there's a lot of
confusion is, on one hand you're saying that foreign administration allowed too much power and position privilege over the bloodlines, that suggests generation
This man said, this without evidence. This man said without evidence. Come to me, watch the video, and take notes. He said that, he said that, he said that.
I'm confused how they
No, because those that are administrating the right is administrated only for foreign. Foreign, but the foreign is meaning foreign meaning Europe. Foreign, not independent foreign. So when you get independent, that means you become foreign. Just like, again, those that were part of the crown colony and now become independent, that means they're no longer their foreign.
We stand here a bit different types of people.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah. It helps.
The camera's got to see us.
You got an aura about her.
Is he filming now? The Prophet I said, he stopped. But the other guy was, he said,
yeah, I know, he's rapping his head around.
What's this one?
Oh, so this is from the kingdom, the court of arms of Sardinia. The court of arms of the kingdom of Sardinia.
Sardius.
Sardinia.
Sardia. Where's that?
It's in the Mediterranean. But the fact that England was a commonwealth, they were a commonwealth of the kingdom of Iberia, and that's why you have the same flag. And Iberia is the same flag. You think it's the English flag, right?
I know it's many places.
The fact that of the bloodline I'm talking about, yeah, because this is a bloodline. It's not an actual flag. It's a bloodline. That's why you have a natural bloodline, red and white cell. That's why it's denoted. That's why it goes back into the crown itself. and it's the red and so the red and white crown is the upper now, and the lower now is the red crown. And together it's called the double crown of Egypt.
So
that's why they follow. So
now I need to think about that.
it's a symbol, yeah. Yes.
So do you think we should be reinforcing these bloodlines and these?
But the bloodline's already here, it's just not being recognised. That's why I am a bloodline. That's why you could find my surname in Westminster Abbey. You can find the surname in Westminster Abbey. You can find in the surname in Westminster Abbey.
I'm only that, you know. Yeah, of course.
Hey!
You have some history if you want to learn.
I don't dream, yeah?
When one. You want to do?
No, he's trying to understand the Windrush Generation.
All right, here's the Windrush.
Thank you.
You know about this?
Jews, who are the Ashantis?
They were Ghanaian.
Yoruba, I think so. Black Jews. I know the Black Jews of Seven Sisters. Is it the same?
No.
You know them too, because you're smiling.
I mean, I listen to you. What do you mean?
Black Jews of Angola.
What are we saying? Huh? Why is it that?
Jews. The word D-R-U-Z-E. The word D-R-U-Z-E.
Hey, the first man.
Yeah. The word Jews come from a place they call Yahuda. Yahuda is found in West African state coast Ghana. In 1749 they changed the name Al-Kabul land to Africa and called the place Yahuda, Ghana.
Remember, that's what we say we are dealing with history. History, we are dealing with history.
Without the history, you have no
We
proof.
debunk the belief in it.
Now, for you to learn this history, you have to learn about the expulsion of the Jews and Moors.
Expulsion which?
Expulsion of the Jews and Moors. And Muslims from Spain and Portugal. And that was the last time that we had.
Well, question. Jews of Spain at that time, were they black or white? They were black. I'm not going to argue, but I will just say, my natural assumption is that there would be. Well, okay, that's a fair point.
We're referring to the exact thing, right? Because a lot of people don't know.
It's clean.
When we say this, people don't even get it. Slavery never started this. Long. I'm talking about the slavery
And the slave trade, and the Jews. Jews and the slave trade.
the Jews that were to be
We're into slavery. Okay.
how would you do it? Slavery abolished
Yes.
Basically,
Now, build up today. What are you referring to?
Yo, big up everybody in the chat, man. Yeah, man, we're here. Yo, go and tune in and give me a second. Yeah, that was nice. Let's keep it running, yeah.
I think brother, this is the guidance. No, I want to be
Well, I would say so, yeah. I don't know who he is. Yeah, I don't know who he is. Push him somewhere. Yeah, I said that. You understand? No! A bit. What I understand is you're telling everybody else what they got to do. To the eternal God. You said rock, I can understand. A lot of people turn. Yeah, big up. You mean to say we're all going to die? I think he's really proud. We're going to return. So I was going to ask what tribe? You said the tribe was scattered.
Yeah, big up.
What tribe do you think the Jews are?
Situation is, I said very properly, getting out of the Jews. No, I thought
much more than the Jews. I mean, not always. I need to learn more, man. I don't know where the tribes are.
I'm impressed with this whole area, man. You know me,
Yeah, that's nice. Then talking about bloodlines. Talking about the whole white stuff is weird, man. I don't respect the white stuff.
Like and subscribe, people.
Yeah, well, I'm not into that. That's not
I think they would just got a bit of a birthday.
Maybe, come on. Someone's got to deliver the milk.
Yeah. I wouldn't say they're nasty, they look tough, they look strong. You know what I mean?
These are men.
The Japanese, it looks like a
back to the Torah. Yeah. Has to. Back to the Torah. We'll have to go back to the Torah. And you know everybody was saying something like that.
Listen.
Where's the man that doing the House of Lords? I need to do my compensation. Oh, I got this car. What man, I got everything up.
The reality is the reality
got to do my compensation.
At the end of the day,
I want to learn one word. What am I to say to you? Quality doesn't matter if you can show yourself. You don't have to be we're trying hard according to what and so like ask for this population
When the points of preference, you know that
Abdullah is very wise. Also, this function,
1 minute, yeah, 1 minute. All right.
I know this is not easy. When you conceal the truth, then this little down.
might have a difference.
Go there. This little but that don't look like
and if you're writing your name, writing upside down.
Listen, my father used to say, when we're choosing
But they can't.
Afghan Springs.
There you go. But you got to look behind the colour. The spirit behind the colour. There's the spirit behind the colour. Yeah. But don't call it a map, you know. It's a map. Because the map is a psychological ideology. Well, I'm going to give you some thought, but I'm not going to give you all the knowledge. Leave that to the higher kings that are coming. They are the kings of the earth and they will rule forever for 1,000 years. Because they mess up the earth and they are responsible for it. That's why they will lock out the seal and get into the body. It's like, this is real, man, not religion. Yeah, man. Because the Bible and the Quran give God thanks for them, but they're not God Almighty. Because God Almighty is neither Jew, he's neither Islam, and he's neither Christian. Any man tell me that God Almighty is an Islamic, or he's a Jew, or a Christian, you're blaspheming. God Almighty is none of them religion. None. I could bet them £1 billion right now.
God is greater.
Much greater. Allah Akbar. El Shaddai Akbar. Right or wrong, sir? Yeah. Reality. Peace be there. Yeah, but not about everything. Some stuff is fake.
No, confused about everything.
Well, like everything is like,
now you get
things
now
are
you
not
connect
taken,
it.
and are not taken. I can't say things that isn't wasted from the medical as I said to you already. Medical. What evidence there is that people
usually they run, I'm not chased around, no doubt. They're not over there talking, are they? Yeah. So this going back to the top, this houses, settlements, British nationals, in contrast to citizens.
Take away the...
You know what?
It makes sense. It does make sense. You versus Asian guy got the team, Indian guy, this guy can throw that. Is it
You know me? That's what the problem is.
Who told you?
Sometimes when
Abdullah is the best person.
sometimes when but listen, when you find but listen, when you find certain things that was taken from you, right? Certain rights
I
that
am
was
not
taken
allowed to
as a
discuss
certain
this
race
matter
of people,
unless
right?
I
And then you
find
come back and try
have more
and
knowledge than me.
show people what was done. Some
So,
people
am
will
I
look at it
allowed
as
to
discriminatory
ask you
because it's a particular race
take
of
your
people
opinion
that are saying this was done to me and that was done to me.
I don't see everything.
But everybody, all races have had things violated by other races anyway.
Maybe
See
you
what I'm
see
trying to say to you? So we understand and we know.
If I take
Everyone's got exactly. Everyone's got arguments to say, well, this was done to my race. This was done to my race, you know? But
and you are not stupid, I don't classify you as stupid. I don't classify you as ignorant. I don't classify you as a coward. See? Now, so now, come brother, come up, rise and speak. You telling me,
yeah, there's a lot to it.
you Muslim yesterday, and you don't do something called فقه الأولويات, that is prudence of priority. You hear this word? Do you hear this word before?
Houses. Ownership.
Oh, it's quiet.
And that's how
And I didn't even realise it.
okay. And that
Don't do it, don't shit.
In your opinion, I should shut up, don't speak, till I find something has more knowledge than me, and I bring you to speak, and I shut up as well. Because nobody allowed to speak at the top knowledge. So, because I go through it more than you saying that. Yeah, but I don't think so. So, you shut up and I speak. When I speak, I find someone speak more knowledge than me. Then you speak and shut up. You are not allowed to discuss anything, not anything together.
You're right, because when people come to our house looking at you,
We don't prepare, we discuss. We don't prepare, we don't discuss. Maybe something come up from this side or come up from this side.
you know how I do stuff like this? We do it this way. In a nutshell, human beings, as I said before, we're always backbiting, we're always untrustworthy to each other, we're always suspicious. We're always deceiving each other. So anybody knows, especially when it comes to money, how
Do you see this video on the corner?
so this is the same thing. This is like a war. This is like a war.
We've been talking about
In the sense of what was done was a war that was initiated on us. And now you can say this is our response back by public making this known. It's like this is our response basically to the war that was upon us. You could say we're making a war back to them verbally. by trying to, you know, stand up for what's done. A verbal war. Yeah. Not struggle.
It's like Saudi Arabia.
But there can be wars of words. Yeah, they're war of words. But then, yeah, exactly. But then, I know what you're saying. You said already. But you know, it goes to linguistics, doesn't it? Because linguistics, we give things a title so we can understand what we're talking about.
Yeah, I remember Windrush Generation. No,
So what I was just saying, recap my understanding is that traditionally, right, the houses, created settlements, House of Wessex, this one, according to their families, the extended families, it becomes the house, and these are you know, the heraldry reflects these houses, okay, and that's right and proper, that's correct, that's natural, and that's okay, that's okay, okay. And then alongside that comes people from outside of those houses, from outside of the land. All their servants, all their guests, whether they're invaders, or traders, or whatever, they're not of the house. They're not of that family blood. It's okay. And therefore, they have a different status in the society, right? We call it society. Okay, and that is right and proper as well. Because if you come into my house and make me guests, right? Or definitely not as an invader, that's a big problem. But if you come, you're most welcome. But you don't have the same rights as my family. You do this, that, and the other. Okay, and that's the situation, and we're happy with that. We're saying that is natural. How it's possible. Let me just now, into that, we're going to overlay the Windrush Generation, right? And an example, I know it's very personal to you guys, so I'm not confident in this generation, so it doesn't have the same. But it says so they come in from the outside, whatever it is, right? Whether they whatever that's part of the history. They're coming now and they're given not given the same status as the bloodlines, the settlements, the people that are settled here. In as much as they don't have the same.
Let me correct you. 1948, they had the right
to come and go as they please.
So the reason why they came is that they had the right.
And they could go home. They come and go home.
It changed. That's what I'm saying. It changed when the Immigration Act.
And when was that?
No, it changed when there was independence. So independence was 1960. 1963.
So when the Windrush Generation came in, when Jamaica about, was it colony or
it was more than just a part of the empire. Sometimes
right. And then after that change of independence, now it's becoming clear.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. So, you may not realize. So independence gave the government independent division of different parts of the different parts of the Commonwealth realm. So the Commonwealth,
are you talking about the British government or now relatively foreign?
So exactly. So the British government divided the kingdom and leave different governments in different parts of the kingdom.
Kingdom being the broader kingdom
of England.
Well, England is here,
United
this island.
But not blind in the eyes, blind in the
You're
heart.
talking about is the United Kingdom of Great Britain, right? Not Kingdom under the crown of...
No, the kingdom under the crown.
Hang on, okay, we're talking about... Should we talk about the Caribbean or Jamaica? Which is right.
Because it's the same.
The reason I'm saying yes,
You can talk about Jamaica if you
That's why.
were they in 1948 when the Windrush Generation, Jamaica was under the crown.
The whole Caribbean was under the crown. Even America was under the crown.
Even America. I think there's independent, war of independence was a bit earlier, no? America.
Oh, their independence was earlier, yeah.
Okay, so alright, I'm with you. Okay, so we've got this situation here, and now independence came.
Yeah.
And obviously authority changes hands. Yeah? Decision-making power changes. Okay, so
because of the change
that,
of
at that point, the Windrush Generation who are here, they become affected. Their status has been affected in that change.
And it could be only done through the king. Because it was an actual kingdom. It wasn't there wasn't a country at that time. So that's why
He did the king's authority.
only the king could do that. That's why
Although the government machine put it together, the king put his...
because it's a kingdom.
Yeah, get that, yeah.
That's the main point.
That's the point of the kingdom.
Yeah, so the king rules. So when the king
supposedly.
if he doesn't make the decision, his name will still be on the actual authority.
Yeah.
You understand? Because that's his kingdom.
Yeah.
So he usually be advised, and based on the advice, he could make the advice himself, and someone could make it on his behalf based on his own benefit.
I take that point.
Yeah. So when the kingdom changed, when the king changed, yeah, they enforced more foreign laws. Yeah, and that foreign laws created the independence. Even though previously
jump in the fire.
an emperor came and told them they're not supposed to have no independent. The government not supposed to be separate. It's supposed to have one family or one kingdom. So when they broke that statute, that's what Westminster, that's when again the breakup started. Yeah, because that's when independence came in. Because give you another thing that's missing. That's why when World War I kicked in, they had other commonwealth. Yeah, but this commonwealth is a lot. This commonwealth was the commonwealth of nations. Yeah? That was a part of the war also. So they were British citizens, not national. And that's why you said you got this. Don't know what this is. So what's the difference between the commonwealth of nations?
I wish I knew. I feel ignorant. I don't know.
I understand it, and not just you. At least 98% or even higher. So the Commonwealth of Nations is the alliance that supported King George in World War. Yeah, that's why you had 54. The Commonwealth realm are the royal dynasty of the royal dynasty, the Commonwealth realm. Because the realm are a dynasty. That's why, and the
Realm smacks of kingdom.
but it's a kingdom and then the dynasty. That's why it's a realm. So
Why don't you?
within the Commonwealth realm, there are 60 nations.
Easy.
60.
Yeah. But I think one got taken out so, because I think it was tied to the king. But these are people that come in. These are the bloodlines of the Commonwealth realm, because they're the dynasty of the old kingdom. Yeah. So they don't have the same rules as the Commonwealth of Nations. Even though it sounds the same, that's where everything was
Two must be overlapped.
So yeah, that's where the first, because in the British Nationality Act 1948, they didn't clarify what Commonwealth they were talking about. So when people talk about Commonwealth, they talk about the Commonwealth. They only register in the Commonwealth of Nations. They don't mention in the Commonwealth realm because the Commonwealth realm are blood. You understand? But they wouldn't need to have no Commonwealth immigration and immigrants and that because they were of the kingdom already.
Got you.
You understand? That's the first mess. That's the biggest mess. That's the biggest.
Little boy can teach you something.
That's the biggest.
You are not big enough.
Point you're making here. Take that on board. Take that to heart.
Maybe why
Wow. It's mind blowing.
It's quite mind blowing.
So could you explain it back to him what he said to you? Remember what he said to you to explain it in short?
I teach you
What he
something.
said to you.
Well, in short, it
Maybe
means
you teach you something.
my understanding of what it means is
I don't know.
that the
Why you make
people
it
of
chat like this?
Jamaica
Nobody
Caribbean,
scream.
feel at that time they were part of the kingdom, part of the bloodline.
They are.
This is we're part and parcel. It's right, this is stuff.
That's why I talk about blood.
Allah, that He sent someone like me
Real, man.
In the kingdom,
to
right?
teach you
And that,
to save yourself.
that is what is mind blowing.
Because
It's heartbreaking, but it's real.
All right. That
you save yourself, not me.
that means a lot to me. Right? That's inspiring.
And I'm telling you.
ذلك لمن شاء منكم أن يتقدم أو يتأخر.
Because I love my family, doesn't matter if they're white or black. That's what I'm trying to say.
And the day you don't go forward,
So, obviously, I study the reason for our behavior. Wow, psychology, innit? That's what I'm trying to say, psychology, yeah? And, like I say, but this was done based on foreign monarchy, yeah? Because they wanted to control the Commonwealth, meaning the money, the finance, the realm, because the Commonwealth realm, meaning a dynasty, I mean, imagine that, their wealth, that's why like Mansa Musa was the richest king.
Oh yeah, they're back in Africa.
He's a part of the Commonwealth realm.
You're talking about the ancient kingdom,
Musa, yeah.
the legendary
Yes.
mountains of gold.
Yeah, he was a part of Wessex.
I'm discussing local matter.
Right. All right.
No, because that's why the Commonwealth realm. Imagine that. It's saying a Commonwealth of royalty.
That's a big
That's a
step.
lot of money.
Well, yeah,
No, but
that's
that's
also a big step to connection to make.
no. That's what I'm saying. That's why England didn't need to join. Didn't need no Europe. England. I could break it down. It's all in history. Not even it's real. It's actually in history. But obviously we haven't been given that.
Come back to that another time. What I'd like to draw you back to, is okay. I've got the bridge. I've got a fairly good grasp of what you're saying so far. Right? The question is, you wouldn't get it back to them.
Yeah.
Well, is that in any way
No,
a sensible thing that might be possible?
So we have to understand because if we don't, everyone's going to suffer. And we are suffering.
Everyone's suffering.
No, but it's going to be more than we think. You understand? Because the reason why, when the money is being controlled by one person instead of the whole, the corruption out. Destruction of anyone that stops the money is inevitable. Doesn't matter if you look like them or not. You understand? Because they're not dealing with the heart, they're dealing with again something different now, yeah? So that's why you could find in Palestine, you could see that it's really happening. You know what I'm saying? And we're trying to stop it from happening to our children as well. Yeah? It's really so the fact that the foreign government infiltrated, so we was removed couple times, but they were removing the man of war, yeah, due to religion. That's the one. Religion started the removal of that family, yeah. Islamic war and Islamic and Christian war to remove the family. So when the men of wars are removed, your family gets weaker, yeah. So there's more infiltration, yeah. To the point where, like I say, the monarch that came after we was removed in 1689, yeah, was actually removed to the Caribbean in 1689. That's the final one. That's why they adapted to the slave trade. They adapt that removal to the slave trade. But it wasn't. That is a title, but it wasn't an actual part of the slave trade. There was a war between the Holy Roman Church and the Turks. 1689, look up there. And because we weren't on no side for our interest, for the common good, let's get them away from our country, yeah? But they were easily invaded, yeah? So they brought us to the Caribbean and they created
Windrush
Generation.
They was looking out for you.
That's what they say. That's what they say. Exactly. Because because there's a lot of propaganda going on so that you don't know. So you can be mislabeling. Like when you say slave, yeah? And the transatlantic slave trade, yeah? Because of the information that we've been given, it appears to be like black people were enslaved, yeah? But if you look up the actual teachings of that,
What time you all going?
the people that was a part of the Atlantic slave trade is our Atlantic countries.
Why?
Lithuania, Russia, and the definition, and the word definition for slave is that. So to be a part, that's where you're not going to get a word without yeah.
Lithuania, Russia, these countries, Slavic countries.
Slavic, yeah.
You're saying they were instrumental. They were the administrators of this.
No, they were the slaves. They were. That's why. No, that's why.
Well, they would be white.
Yeah. Hell, they say hell.
Not African black.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So not dark. Not African black. That doesn't make sense.
So
not dark.
That's
Yeah.
new to me.
Yeah, no, but it's in history if you look it up. Yeah. So the fact that because we were man of war, that we were the strongest, we were defending since the time of Christ, yeah? There were legions, that's why you have Severus. These are different Roman emperors that are from Libya. So we were defending, like I say, the Commonwealth, so human rights, equality and justice. They were guardians of the earth. There were people that made sure that there were even us in religion. Just like when you might when the prophet, was being chastised by his own family, about what he was learning, or what he had revelation, he had to go, Abyssinia to the king Nagash to get confirmation to say, let them know I'm not doing nothing wrong. He got confirmation.
That's not the story that I understand.
Yeah, no,
I mean, the Jazzy, yes, but to go for protection. To send these people who were being persecuted in Arabia
by his own family.
Yes, by his own family, his own tribe, his own house, right? If you like, to Abyssinia for protection.
Because
I don't know about that.
I'll give you a reason. So,
I mean, maybe that's part of the story, but I don't.
yeah, I give you the confirmation or the background, the evidence behind it. In that time, the authorities, so the largest kingdom of Judah.
Where is chicken head?
Was it Judah? Was it a kingdom at that time?
Yeah.
Maybe, I mean,
that's why the kings of Abyssinia, they're Judeans. They're Yemeni Jews.
Byzantine. Was it even Rome?
Get away, man. Up to you now. Up to you. Everything up to you, man.
Going after Herod.
Once more.
No, that's why.
After the temple, the time when the Romans destroyed the temple.
They were still
Oh, no. Don't
That's the kingdom of Judah.
Yeah, Judean kings.
In Ethiopia.
Yeah.
In Ethiopia, are we talking about Abyssinia?
Abyssinia.
more, Basha Baji, once more.
Abyssinia. That's why they're Yemeni Jews. Jews are
Once more,
Judean.
Basha Baji.
Yemeni
Arab. Yeah, but these are still
you want to shake hands, but you want to shake
Judean.
my brother's hand over here.
Yeah,
Look in the face.
that's where the word Jew comes from today. And they were Jews in Arabia.
Once more. Once more. That's him. That's Yano.
Dispersed people, not a kingdom with a king sitting there holding power over
Yeah, no, yeah, because those Ethiopia, they continue the reign. It continued the authority. So, like, for instance, in Arabia, there were Yemeni Jews, meaning those that came also from Abyssinia. So because they migrated through Aswan, the kingdom of Aswan. Yeah. So with all of the Yemeni Jews in Arabia, with the book, with the Torah in Arabic. Because the law that everywhere a tribe goes, the family goes, yeah, they have the copy in their country. So obviously the prophet was there being influenced by those that were among them. They were already in Arabia speaking the Torah in Arabic. So remember that's been influenced
I don't take it, brother.
by them.
I know what the fight
So
implies.
that's why again the
If you come and sit down, I know. If you have many like this and fun like this, you are not fighter, brother. You are not fighter. You are a
those
pen.
are from the book because they were already there. So and that's why you can find even in the Quran like Ella Imran, Surah 3.
This talk, from the house, this talk, you have something in your heart, because if this talk hit a good heart, we do something.
That was based on
If a big heart,
righteous kings at that time, out of righteous kings. That's why, again, there was righteous kings to,
Okay.
yeah.
that there,
The rich African king.
him alone, what he did.
Mansa Musa.
Yeah.
Mansa Musa.
Yeah.
I got that right.
Yeah.
Mansa Musa. That's
Yeah.
right. And Wessex.
Yeah.
You said you made the connection between
Yeah.
Mansa Musa
Yeah.
and Wessex, saying I think that he was on the house of
Bloodline.
Wessex.
Bloodline, yeah. I'll break it down. Yeah. So, the house of the house of Wessex, yeah, you have like King Edward, yeah, from Herod, yeah, Herod the first, King Edward. So King Edward's mother was a part of the kingdom of Castile and Kingdom of Leon. And in that time, that kingdom was being ruled by the ruler of that kingdom is called the Moorish Kingdom of Granada. And this is a part of the Iberian Kingdom. And Mali was a part of the Iberian Kingdom. That's why, again, the Iberian Kingdom, they established the imperial crown. That's why King Edward got the imperial crown, because he came all the way to Spain to help the king. There's more. He helped the king, and he was given, but his bloodline is a part of that anyway. So that's why he came all the way anyway, and that's how he took that. He got recognized as being a part.
Who is Wessex? Who is Wessex today? Is that like
Cornwall, Bath?
Is it like William?
No,
Harry.
No. Like the Duke, you're saying?
Yeah.
Earl of.
Or,
No. Because
they must.
there is one, but I don't think it's true. It's like, but I know that King Charles was the Prince of Wales. He was yes, he was one of them. So, but that when he mentioned in Cornwall, he mentioned Wessex. That's where Cornwall is coming out of Wessex. So that's why when you think,
I've got a feeling I might have been completely wrong. I think Wessex doesn't actually exist anymore.
No.
As a territory.
This is the old kingdom. That's what I'm saying. These are Wessex, Middlesex, and Sussex. These are old kingdoms. So this is where, like I say, before England was even existing. So, and
right,
that's why there were settlements. That's why it's so important. Again, equality. So it's the information, but like I say, due to the fact of foreign kings, they changed the rules, or they infiltrated through their congregation and influenced so that people, in those times, Hitler had very high psychological technology. They deal with necromancy, so they know all about it. Understand? And for, imagine that. They know that, for instance, the German kings, they knew there's a limitation to the crown. So to continue their reign, they have to devise something, because there's a limitation to it. So that's why they have to create a new constitution or a new at one point. That's why you have the UK now. There was the United Kingdom of Great Britain. It's so much because there's a limitation, and whatever continue the limitation, they have to create some new psyop, so some new problem and solution.
Okay, so let me throw something back at you. Thank you very much for your energy giving that.
Thank you for coming here for over 2.5 hours.
Is it? No, wait.
Yeah, 2.5 hours.
It's all good. And now people are tuning in. People are tuning in.
Nearly 2.5 hours.
So I'm genuinely like a lot, right? So it gets it's an argument. I mean, we could have quite easily argued about any number of things. We could have. We had a different attitude.
But let me say something to you. Me, I'm not going to really, I don't bother putting people down about arguments. It's a natural thing. Families do it, even in families you argue. It's a natural human condition to argue. Not everybody is an arguer, mind you, but it's something which comes with being human a lot of the time. It's something which comes with being human.
Yo, big up on one.
I always just take it for what it is. Yeah, here. It's better here than in the house with maybe your missus or you something like that.
Okay, so let me throw something back into it. I'm enthusiastic about the idea of kingdoms. I think it's a unifying principle in relation to the land that we stand on, this island that we stand on, without even going into all the complication and there's history. I think when things get bad, worse, and things are breaking apart, the kingdom will be a principle of unity. The people of the land, the people of the island, to, how do you say, unify around, to have a common purpose and a common sense. So I believe that the kingdom, and obviously therefore the king, are important. I think at the moment the king is in a difficult position because of the layers of control and machine and the government. The government is supposed to be the government of the king, but I think really the government is kind of like superseded in terms of power, and even the government is superseded by the corporations and the business and the international.
There's a lot of blackmailing, right? Because if, remember, whoever's controlling them, because now, remember, imagine giving over the rights of the people, to your cousin, for gain, and now everything's out of control. They don't want to admit that, you've done something wrong, you should not give your right over. So, and that's why every new king have an opportunity to correct their wrong king. That's why new kings come about, right? Yeah. You might have more intelligence than your own fathers. They have their own. That's why the kingdom of heaven is grow.
The potential is there, exactly. But at this moment in time, where I see the situation is that power change exists in potential.
I give you
it's difficult. It will be very difficult for the king at this moment to say, right guys, this is the way it's going to be now.
I give you another power though.
I'm telling you how it's going to be.
I give you another power though.
So much is in a weak situation relative to the power, the powers that be.
But I give you another power though. If the king don't make decisions, if the king don't make decisions, if the people now find out, because there are laws for the king to obey. If we ignore it and the people find out, he will face the same casualty that has happened before, where King Charles got his head chopped off by the people because the power, the reminder is there. It's not like it's not there. It's just people not paying attention because there is a theory called theory of stupidity, and majority of people based on the German programming, they got them on that level of stupidity, and they're investing on them and hoping that they stay stupid and not remember that these things exist, that the power is not in the hierarchy but in the people. And England is the only place that established that has a record of it happening already. So they're mainly investing in it. That's why, just like the EDO lots, they program them to, like I said, due to the war, their fathers that knew better, they went to war and they died, for the fact that that foreign influence wanted control over the money. And by taking control of the money, you have to weaken the society. If the stronger man is weak, then it leaves everything vulnerable. So now imagine that they now been influenced by Germany.
alliance or
not by bloodline, because they would gather all of us. They would say, okay, yo, let's go over there to my brothers that's dark and then come, because there's a problem in the kingdom, and let's sort it out, yeah? But because of the German influence due to the king, it reduced their psychology on only to deal with fascism. So
you talk about German kingdoms like having an influence. Other people will talk about Illuminati, Freemasons,
that is a block,
or whatever.
Yeah, well,
hidden hand of power, etc. Having the control.
No, because these are the same people. Because Rothschild are still part of the German royal family. Saxenberg and Korghoff still German. Hanover still German. It's down in reality. These are real people, our real family, not like some fairy tale up in the sky. They just put this based on the psychological effect that he knows. He knows that people are more influenced to follow fairy tales. That's why they add religion in the case, because it doesn't get down to the actual seriousness of it. Your land, your bloodline, your family. Okay, what is right, what is that? You know what I'm saying? That takes away the whole strength of a man.
Sometimes religion can become a distracting hindrance in the sense that it distracts people from
the reality. Yeah.
It's not to say that there's not a higher realm that we should be care about.
But that goes through biology. Look, see, no, you're right. There is a higher realm, but it's not through a.
That doesn't take away from the fact that there's this level that we exist on also.
So look, the highest. The way to get to your higher realm with accuracy is through psychology, because psychology provides a sense of biology. I remember, when you read as a theoretical reading, it shows you all of the biological development, because it's all humans, right? And it's showing that the first human is Adam. And if you look at Adam, it's a biological, because Adam is created by God, and if Adam has his biology. So to get to the higher realm with a serious sense of being a man is through your biology, because that's why in those times people are taking up the characteristics of God. Understand? Being a living God, being, you know what I'm saying, like pharaohs, because they didn't use religion, they used their biology. Understand? They use the natural connection to God. So that's why you would class the highest form of religion are mystics. And mystics, they say that they're the one with God. And every religion in its highest form comes from there. That's why all the prophets, they're all mystics. And that's why before the mysticism is being taken out, because remember, from Noah didn't need no food, because Noah was a mystic. He knew nature. He had a good sense of psychology, was so high, because psychology has intellectual development. And intelligent development is the higher sense of nature. You know how to navigate. That's a moral compass. Knowing this, you understand? And this is where all of that things that are there, but the psychology helps you to connect to it, because that is a part of you, because we're breathing, right? And yet we can't see, but yet that is a phenomenon that makes everyone available.
So what are we going to do about the kingdom?
That's the first thing. We have to make sure that people know that the reason them, even as British, are facing the problem that they're facing, is not because they're governed by British people, they're governed by foreign people.
Right.
That is because remember,
okay.
The majority are white.
I'm definitely on board with that.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm definitely on board.
No, but that's the only way to
might see things
a bit different.
From different angles as well.
Yeah.
But definitely that, what you just said, the principle of that.
Because that's how the Magna Carta is formed. It's sometimes, I know, because the whole point.
I don't know about the Magna. I mean, I know what it is, but I mean, I don't know.
It's a bit of rights.
No, it's not. It was a union of truth, a union of bloodlines. Yeah. Because remember, this was also.
I'll tell you what I was taught what it was, basically. or I might have got this confused. You know, there was a list of property and ownership in the country. I've probably got it all
Yeah.
Probably got all of them. Yeah. And I'm going to have to duck out.
Yeah, no problem.
At this point because
what's your name again?
Adam.
Lance. Yeah, Lance.
Lance a lot.
Yeah, that's my name.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, because the Magna Carta is going to. It's another chapter.
Yeah, bigger.
Come
Yeah.
back to that, Lance.
Yes, another.
Yeah, you can educate me a bit further.
No problem.
I'm sorry I took your time.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
Maybe you'll get a better crowd than I go.
No.
You're going? It's been nice meeting you.
Just get a bit of fresh air.
Nice meeting you.
Breathe that in a little bit.
Nice one. Thanks for all the time. About hour and 40 minutes.
Yo, I'm gonna save the live. Save the live.
Like and subscribe.
Yo.
Like and subscribe.
Let me save
One
this.
word. One word.
I don't want this. Oh, big up. Hey, should I save it? And yeah, save it. It's all 6 o'clock.